So I'm going to be talking about the need for diversity and inclusivity in the Nigerian data science ecosystem. I'm sure we all know what data science is at this point. All the speakers have elaborated and taught us, in fact, what data science is. So we know that data science is one of the fastest growing careers in the world right now. In fact, at some point in the future, I won't be surprised if the blinking of our eyes.
Hi, Raaidah. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah, hi.
You can share your screen now so
Okay.
people can engage. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I was saying that in the future, the blinking of our eyes could in fact be categorized as data that would be used to make informed decisions. Data is everywhere. You could be texting your friend on WhatsApp about this nice watch you saw, and the next thing you know, you're up on Google and you're seeing ads about it. You're on Instagram and your feed is filled with pictures of, the watch. That is how data works. We gather information to make decisions, to bring to you what you would like to see. Data science is a field that relies heavily on innovation, creativity, and problem-solving skills. So sorry about that. Data science is a field that relies heavily on innovation and creativity. And in Nigeria, overall in the world, there's just about 30% of women in data science. And in the sub-Saharan, as Christiana had mentioned, we have just 17 to 18% of women in data science or in the tech field. 3% of the entire population of data scientists in the world, just 3% are women. This shows that diversity and inclusivity is not something that is being included in the ecosystem at the moment. So what exactly is diversity in the Nigerian ecosystem? When we say diversity in the Nigerian ecosystem, we mean that we want to have a team comprised of people from different backgrounds, different cultures, genders, different ages, different experiences. We want to have a lady from maybe Uganda, from different parts of the world. You want to have someone with 13 years of experience and someone with just 1 year of experience. Without being biased, you want to have several different people from different walks of life in one team to create an environment where innovative ideas can be born. Meanwhile, for inclusivity, it means letting everyone have a seat at the table. Basically, that's what inclusivity is all about. So you've decided that you want to be diverse, you want to have different people from different walks of life in your ecosystem, in your workspace. How important do these people feel? How included in that environment they feel? How important? Do you still unconsciously give bias to maybe people from the lower class or people with just 1 year of experience? So in that workspace, for example, you'd be giving a person with 1 year of experience the mega tasks like taking notes during the meeting without giving them actual tasks that will make them feel involved. This is what inclusivity is about, making everyone feel involved. Now look at this. This is a picture of a market. I want you to imagine a market in your head. Mile 2 is a food market, for example. Now markets have women that settle stall problems. When two stall owners are fighting, there's always this market woman that is in charge. They call them Iyoloja. You have people that settle maybe parking, and most importantly, you have people that sell food. Rice is a really important food item. Imagine that a person does not sell rice in my 12 and there's not a single person that sells rice. There's no Iyoloja to settle problems. There's no one to handle parking. how is that market space going to be? It's going to be rowdy, it's going to be disorganized, it's just going to be a mess, right? But if we have those things, those people in place, the person that sells rice, the woman that settles problems, the person that, organizes the parking and all of that, the market will be much, much more organized and will thrive better than the market that did not have all these things. The same thing can be applied to our workspaces. We need people that will handle several things, and we need to be diverse in the sense that we have people for different tasks. We do not give the work of someone to another person. From Okwetunde's experience, she realized that you're better off being everything. She said that in her second slide, you're better off being everything, data engineer, data scientist. But in my opinion, it ought not to be. But because we're in Nigeria and diversity is not a thing here, everybody, once they get you, if you're working in a company, you would know, if you're working in a Nigerian company, you'd know that if on your job description, you were told that you're going to be a data scientist, when you get in, your job is not just to be a data scientist, which is not supposed to be. You should have a data scientist, data analyst, you should have diversity, you should have people for different things, but Nigeria is Nigeria, and, everybody does another person's job. That's why we're usually overworked. We should start to implement diversity and inclusivity in our ecosystem. So now, why exactly do we need diversity and inclusivity in our ecosystem? I'm sure I've said this, but I'm going to iterate better on it. Nigeria's ecosystem is rapidly growing, like it is growing really, really fast, and tech is taking up a lot of space. Now, data science is one of the fastest growing in tech, right? And a lot of people want to transition into data science. However, to fully realize the potential of data science, we must ensure that it's accessible to everybody, as well as the diversity. So when it is not accessible to everybody, we can't be diverse. When just some people, very little amount of population, are learning it, women now, for example, are learning data science, it's inevitable that in a workspace, we're going to have a data science doing the work of a data engineer, a data scientist doing the work of a data analyst. It's inevitable because the number of people that have access to the field are not, I wouldn't say they are not much. There's a lot of people that have access, but the underrepresented demographic, the people that don't have that financial capability, women, for example, not women all the time, like people that don't have financial capability, one side, women another side, those are the major underrepresented demographic. When they don't have access, how exactly is our environment going to be diverse? What changes will diversity and inclusivity bring? There's a lot of advantages to diversity and inclusivity, but in Nigeria, what changes will it bring? One of the most significant benefits is that it will improve creativity and innovation. Nigerians are really talented people. We have lots of ideas. Ideas are pumping everywhere. Nigerians are really, really talented. I have seen it. And there's so much more talent to be unearthed that we haven't even found yet. And if we start to be intentional about our diversity in the ecosystem, we're going to be able to unearth more, because we're going to bring out more people from their hiding holes and have them experience the world that they deserve to, leading to a much more innovative space. I'll give an example of an innovative space that thrives under diversity. IBM is, everyone knows IBM. IBM is a tech company. Something that the vice president of IBM, Seth, he said there was a time that he decided to be intentional about diversity in his workplace, and decided to put out a job description, hoping that, people, more women especially, would apply. He put it out, and as usual, men applied. Some women did, but most of the time they didn't. He was really bothered by this, so he discussed it with his wife that, I'm having this and this issue. What exactly do you think the problem is? And his wife said that she decided to see the job description, and She looked through the job description and she laughed. She said, you put this out and you expect that so many people are going to apply. Of course, the money would make people like jump into it, but it's not always about the money. By the time you see that the job description is asking you for 25 years of experience, the job description is asking you if you can travel immediately. Well, for women, that is a limitation. You can be a mother, you have to take care of your children, moving your children from the school, a lot of things that you're considering, right? And that is a barrier, which leads us to what barriers we're facing in Nigeria. So, his wife decided to tell him that change this job description, reduce it, make it such that the target audience, like make this job description solely for the people that you want. So they changed the job description, removed, the unnecessary things, and lo and behold, so many women applied. So many women. The job description was really short. I can't exactly remember what was on it, but it was really short, and a lot of people applied. Eventually, he got a Latin woman for that position, and in his article, he mentioned that was the first time a Latin woman would be able to take up that position. And starting from there, more and more women had come on board on the IBM platform, and he elaborated on the fact that if you I'd advise that you read the article by Seth, Vice President of IBM, article on diversity and inclusivity, because he said that his ecosystem became a lot better. Ideas were flowing left and right. Women are really, really brilliant. No offense to men, you guys are brilliant. Women are really, really brilliant. They have lots and lots of ideas. And when they brainstorm, when they actually put their mind to it and they brainstorm, stuff is going to come out. Like they're going to say stuff and they're going to be wowed. And the ecosystem thrived. And women have a kind of energy that they bring into the room. It just lights up the entire place and it makes it much more lively. Instead of having a working ecosystem where everything is just dull and it's all about work, you have an environment where it's fun to work, where it's like interesting to be, right? And that's one of the benefits of diversity. So another one of the barriers of diversity and inclusivity that we're facing in Nigeria is that a lot of people are not educated, mostly the underrepresented people, maybe people from rural areas. They do not have the education that they need to fully become data scientists. Also, those that have the education decide not to go for it. What do I mean? You would realize there's a statistic, I can't really remember, but the statistic says that most of the people in data science now transitioned from something else. They didn't decide to actually learn data science. People do not really know completely what it entails. So when they see it at first, they run. Then when they start hearing of the benefits from maybe some people, they now transition. People do not just decide most of the time to go into data science. And we need to spread more awareness of this. So what are the strategies to overcome these barriers that we're facing in Nigeria? One of the ways to do this is, to the leaders are people that they have a wider range of audience, so to say. They have much more influence. Every single person has influence. You could influence the person you work with every day, the person that you see. However, leaders have so much to do when it comes to the diversity and inclusivity of data science in Nigeria. It requires deliberate effort and a commitment to change. And this is something that a lot of people run from that needs to be changed. Leaders should be intentional about diversity and inclusivity. Some leaders are working towards it now. We have a number of companies that are being extremely intentional about their diversity. We have women in tech, we have Black genetics, we have IBM, we have Gentech, we have the Tech Up Girls Initiative, I'm an ambassador of the Tech Up Girl Initiative, and I've seen the things that they do, and they're really, really intentional about bringing everyone on board, no matter where you're from. People that do not have enough access, they hold classes for them, boot camps, they go to, the rural areas to educate people about this world of data science and tech as a whole. So we need more leaders to go into it. And you shouldn't wait for your leaders as well. You could too. If you have the capability, you don't have to do it on a large scale. You could just decide to form a little community. Just make sure that you are part of the movement that is bringing people more awareness about diversity and inclusivity. I mentioned that education is one of the things that we should really prioritize when it comes to inclusivity and diversity. We could take an example from our current president, His Excellency. Recently, he signed a student loan. That is an example of taking education as a really important thing. It's really, really important. And that student loan is going to help so many people get the education that they need, that they were unable to get due to financial reasons. And so we should, if you have the capabilities, for sure, sponsor scholarships, training programs, you could have them yourselves, educational initiatives, hold webinars, educate people. Women in Data Science is also a platform that is doing really, really great when it comes to educating people about, the world of data and being very inclusive by pulling more women into the world of tech. Mentorship is also a catalyst when it comes to data science, or the tech as a whole. Mentorship provides guidance, support, and inspiration to data scientists from underrepresented communities. There's a saying that no one knows the road to the market better than the seasoned trader. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but if you haven't, there's another saying, follow who know road. I'm sure you must have heard of that one. It means when you have someone that has gone through the entire experience, that pulls you through, is able to tell you, Toluwani mentioned mentorship. It's really, really important. When you have someone that's gone through the whole process and is able to tell you to skip this and skip that, as I was a victim of not having a mentor during my time, when I was learning. I'm still learning. I'm currently a student at the university. I have graduated from several, but I plan to continue to apply at universities. Even if I graduate from this one, I'm going to apply at another one. I have to keep learning to keep increasing my scope, because the world of data science, as Opportunity has mentioned, is really, really vast, and you have to keep updating yourself. Back to what I was saying. So I didn't have a mentor, and you think YouTube is really, really helpful until you have a problem. Like, there are people on YouTube that actually help, right? There are solutions, but sometimes you have problems that YouTube cannot solve. At that point, when you're on YouTube, the only thing you'd find is Indian men talking, and they would infuriate you because they are not helping you at that point. And while they are providing help to who they can provide help with, you need a person to tell you exactly what to do. Stack Overflow is also really good when you have questions. However, the mentorship part is like, you have a community, and then there's a person that's mentoring you. You have people to ask from. It's a lively place where you feel involved, when you don't feel less of yourself because some people know more than you. It's an included community, and you feel really, really important, and you learn as well. Mentorship is really, really important when it comes to diversity and inclusivity. Are you certain to imagine a Nigeria with more diverse? Because it's like jollof rice. It's like a pot of jollof rice. When you're cooking it, you need all the ingredients in that pot of jollof rice, and you put the ingredients in jollof rice, and you remove two important ingredients from that. The jollof rice will taste, well, good if you know how to cook, and if you don't, well, sorry. But if you know how to cook, the jollof rice will still taste good, but it won't bring out that, that jollof rice that everybody knows. So all the ingredients that are needed for jollof rice should be there for the jollof rice's taste to come out. It's exactly the same. When you have every ingredient in the jollof rice pot has its own unique value it is bringing to the pot. When you have several diverse people coming from different places with different experiences, they have new juice, new things, new ideas to add. The world is a really diverse place. Nigeria is a diverse country, and you need to have diverse people to solve diverse problems. When you have just males or just people from so and so age in your workspace, it's very dull. One. Two is that ideas will come, but they won't be as if you have the people, like people from different walks of life. I'll give an example of this person. She's a data scientist in Lebanon, Dr. Fatima Salim. She was complaining a while back about how in her workspace, she's one of just 3 females there, and every other person is male. And when they work on projects together sometimes, and she writes the analysis for the data that they had just worked on, she gets comments like too flowery, too girly, too it's not how do I say this? It's not standard enough because, well, she was adding emotions. And we need those things. What people do not understand is work shouldn't just be stoic. Work shouldn't just be, I go to work, I do it. You need to be innovative, creative, bring ideas to the table. And this is exactly the problem that diversity solves. For her now, she said that her self-esteem reduces sometimes when she's there, because before she writes something, she now starts to think, what will my colleagues say when I write this? And she starts to tailor what she wants to write based on what they have to say. The same thing happens in hiring processes. When people are hiring, they are unconsciously biased. If the person hiring is a Yoruba person, say for example, and the person is unconsciously biased to Igbo people, and then 2 people are applying, one Igbo person, one Yoruba person, they give the not all the time, but most of the time they give it to people of the ethnic group. It needs to change. We need to be open to all ethnic groups, all gender. We need more women in tech. We need more women in this space. And so we have to start working really, really hard to, spread the word and it starts with us too. Be diverse. We need to be diverse inside for the world to be diverse outside. So what have we learned all together from what I've said? We've learned that the importance of diversity and inclusivity in Nigeria's ecosystem can never be overstated. We need it. We really, really do. We don't have enough women in tech. We do not have people from underrepresented places, like the underrepresented demographic. We need more of them. We need to unearth these talents. By embracing diversity, providing educational opportunities and mentorship, by embracing diversity and providing mentorship, we're going to unlock the full potential of our collective talents, because we're really talented people as Nigerians. Together, we can drive innovation, address challenges, and shape a future where everyone has the opportunity to collaborate and thrive. I'm going to leave you with this quote by the co-founder of Women in Data Science, Dr. Margot Gerritsen. She said, diversity and inclusion are not just buzzwords, they are essential for the success of data science. I'm sure we understand what that means. So let's join the revolution and shape a future where Nigeria where everyone's voice is heard and everyone thrives. I'm sure we can make it happen together. Thank you for listening.